Analysis by analysis. That's what you get from the other guys, but not here, not now, and not ever. This is the Baseball Insider Show presented by BCWSA. A look deep inside the game from a former player's perspective. The Baseball Insider Show, presented by BCWSA, is brought to you by BCWSA, The Pines Tavern, Penn Community Bank. We now go live for the Baseball Insider Show, presented by BCWSA. Now, here are your hosts, Phillies Director of Fun and Games, John Brazer, and former pitcher from the 93 National League champion Phillies, Tommy Greene.
All right, welcome to the Baseball Insider Show, live from Team Toyota in Langhorne, PA. I'm John Brazer, Director of Fun and Games for those fighting Phils. Still makes Tommy laugh when he hears that.
Time, man.
When he hears that title.
I haven't heard it like how long now? It's been.
I told Chris Ermer, who's also here, that I am now Senior Director of Fun and Games.
Really?
Well, I just gave that title to myself, but then he said, you sound really old when you have that. So I'm back to Director of Fun and Games. Yes, because I am old, but I don't want to feel old. I am joined by my co-host, Tommy Greene. What's up, Tommy?
I feel old, too.
You feel old?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm getting there, pal.
You're catching up to me.
I'm trying to.
All right, we got a great show lined up today. I missed the first two shows at Team Toyota, so very excited to join this one. I've had crazy schedule this spring.
You've been a traveling wheelbarrow.
All over the place, but I am here now. We got a lot to talk about, Tommy.
Yes, we do.
We're going to talk about the week in Phillies baseball, which was had its ups and downs, mostly ups. We are going to talk about Pope Leo XIV.
How about that?
Right?
How about that?
We're still trying to figure out whether he's a Cubs fan or a White Sox fan.
He's a White Sox fan.
Well, but I also heard he might be I saw a video of him in the stands for a Cubs game.
Well, he's a baseball fan.
He's a baseball fan.
But I heard he was a White Sox guy.
Well, and it's pretty cool, too, because he went to Villanova University, right?
Yep.
And I said this a couple days ago that I think that the Knicks might be the favorite now to win the NBA championship. You know why?
Oh, no.
Well, because you've got a bunch of guys from Villanova on that Knicks team.
Oh, okay.
Now you have a newly crowned Pope who's went to Villanova.
Oh, they got the inside track.
He's got the inside track. So, right? Is it sacrilege to put money on a team because a Pope went to Villanova? Like,
here we go, Brazer.
Is that right?
Hey, I'm sitting beside you. Where's the lightning bolt,
well,
man?
we're inside.
It doesn't matter.
I'm saying
the door's opening. He might creep in.
He gets some inspiration right there, right? Some papal backing right there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Again, Phillies Week in Baseball. We'll get you caught up on the rest of the week, including how about Aaron Judge? Is this guy unbelievable right now? You think he's just a big home run hitter, which he is.
No, he is.
He's
not,
tied for
dude.
first with 12 home runs. He's tied for first in Major Leagues with 34 RBI. He is first by, I think, 40 points in batting average. Now he's under 400.
Yeah.
But for I think literally
a guy that really, when they get a chance not to pitch to him, they don't. They're starting to treat him like Bonds back in the day.
Yep.
So for him to maintain those type of numbers and stuff like that, he's not missing things when he gets a chance to hit it.
No, he is not.
So that's right there is pretty awesome. That's talent. Like that's what we said about Bonds years ago. Was people always talk about the negativity side of it. But, dude, he was one of the best hitters I ever saw as far as putting bat on ball, man.
No doubt.
And hitting it hard,
No
and
doubt.
the Judge is the same way.
It's no doubt about it. It's well, let's go through the week in Phillies baseball. We'll talk a lot of things. We'll get you set up for tonight's game in Cleveland. Last night was a stinker. Get that one out of the way. Right?
Now it comes down to pitching. Let's get that one out. Just get that one out a little bit, and it's been the same MO, Braze, with Nola a little bit. He was pitching, going pretty good, but when he does get hurt, it's the home run ball.
Yep.
It's the 2-run homer. And that's what happened to him. A couple balls that got not in the wrong zone, but still we got to score to win.
Well,
we got to score to win.
We don't score for poor Aaron. We just don't score.
Well, it's not. And Aaron's not about that. He's not. He wants the team to win the day he pitches, no matter what the score is. I know that for a fact from him. So it's he's out there battling right now, trying to find the consistency that he wants, and it's there. We saw him get going in it a little bit. So he was a couple pitches, just a couple pitches yesterday from, and it being a real tight game.
And, again, on the offensive side, we had 6 hits. We had 9 left on base. We were 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. So, and the other guy, Cleveland's pitcher was throwing a lot of breaking balls, was fairly wild. I mean, there was a couple of times where it could have been a walk, but we swung over a breaking ball.
Yeah, 0 for 8. That's your story.
That's your story right there.
I got numbers throughout the season. That's been our MO a little bit. No, we get hits.
Right.
Our average hitting, we're up in the top echelon.
If you look at the month of May, we are smoking in May.
Well, I know you look at that.
We're leading a lot of major league categories.
I'm talking year to date.
Okay.
We're 6th in baseball on average.
Right.
So that means we're
hitting.
We're hitting, but then you start getting down.
Powers down.
Runners on second, runners on first, second, and third. We're 21st.
Okay, that's not good.
Runners on second, we're 20th.
That's not good.
With a 212 average, and at least runners on second and third, we got a 244 average.
What's our power numbers? I know that's
runners on third. That's when I was like, is that going to be bad too? And I looked at it, and I was like, no, we're batting 351.
Okay.
We're 4th in the big leagues with a runner just on third base. Which is good.
It doesn't matter how many outs. Less than 2 outs. Okay.
Yeah. So or whatever, I guess it didn't say that.
Right.
It just said runner on third base. So I mean, there's some positive signs in it. Obviously, we've been hot the past, few anyway. But I hate how many times we've been shut out.
Yep.
Early in the season.
Yep.
That's what I'm a little bit disappointed in. I mean, the pride. I know it's got to be eating at these guys, a little bit. You get shut out, it's like a slap in the face.
Well, let's hope we can wake up. I mean, Cleveland does have a good team. We came in last night's game with the same record as Cleveland, and I feel like the last couple of years they've had our numbers. So.
And these guys, I mean, look at who's the big name there, Ramirez, right?
Yep.
I mean,
but that's
do you know? I know Quan. He's a pain in the butt.
Quan's one of the best hitters.
Yes, he's a pain.
He is a pain in the butt, especially against us. And they got Naylor, and they got some other guys that are. But right, they don't have a lot of household names.
Yeah. Well, it's Cleveland.
All right, let's go through the weekend baseball. Sunday night, we played Diamondbacks, and that's the game with Suarez. Had his first outing.
Yeah.
And he looked like he was grooving for a while.
The first couple innings.
He was grooving for a while, and then he just got into trouble. And we got, Rodriguez was pitching for the Diamondbacks. Harper homered off him, so that's good to see.
Yeah.
Right? Homered to the left, so it was an opposite field. Go down 1-0.
Yeah, that's when we were talking about that the other week about Harper. I was on the radio talking to somebody, and the key to these guys, you see in Schwarber's doing it too, going to left, center, and stuff. When they start doing that, they're seeing it.
Cassie's doing
they're
that.
Seeing
a
it.
lot
Yeah,
too.
Cassie's starting to do it.
Yep.
I mean, Stott. I mean, the guys are there. That's when the power starts coming.
Yep.
That's what I'm
totally
looking for. I'm looking for Harper to catch fire. Here shortly, because he's not necessarily. I know it's eating his crawl a little bit to where he's at. He's not happy with that.
Well, I tell you what, we're 22-16, 2.5 games back,
and he's not even hot.
He's not even hot.
No.
So now that's baseball. You're going to have Bohm, Turner, those guys will start cooling down when Harper starts carrying the team.
That's like your golf game,
so, exactly right, in a nutshell. So we go up 1-0, but then again, Suarez starts hitting a rough patch, and we go down 3-1, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1. It looks like this is going to be a give-up game, right? We get one back in the fourth. We down 7-2. Well, then Weston Wilson comes through with a 3-run home run, puts us, now on this bottom of the sixth, we're down 7-5.
Yeah.
Bottom of the seventh, Real Muto has an RBI single, 7-6. Then in the ninth, just when you think they get a Grichuk comes up, gets a double, they go up 8-6. Well, we crawl back. Schwarber gets a home run in the bottom of the ninth, and then we rally. Marsh gets on base.
That was an
Real Muto
awesome
gets on
inning,
base.
man. That was awesome.
It was a great inning. And then Bohm gets an RBI single to tie it 8-8. And then just Alvarado came in and just did not have his stuff, gave up 3 runs, 11-8.
Well, he's been – don't you think he's been – I mean, they've been riding
They have.
pretty hard.
We have. And
he's got some whip marks on him.
And at one point I do want to talk about the – we can get into it right now. You got the bullpen. So you look at the back of the bullpen. Obviously the guys that are the highest leverage, the guys that you rely on is Alvarado, right?
Yeah. And he'd been pitching real well.
No particular order. Alvarado, Strom. So you got the two lefties, right?
Yeah.
And then you're hoping that Romano will become that guy, right?
Yeah.
As he's getting his feet settled in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You're hoping that
Kirkering's the guy.
You know, he's struggling, and he is a big time, key to that bullpen.
And they've been trying to put him in situations of recent.
Right. To get
the kid get his confidence back. I mean, because he is a young guy. You start getting hit around, and what are the reasons? A little bit. I think he throws his breaking ball too much, Brazer. I don't know if you think that, but I think he throws it too much. If the guy throws 98 miles an hour or more.
Right.
You know, it's about command of fastball and using the breaking ball.
Yeah, it's for him getting ahead because it feels like he's falling behind, and that's when he gets in trouble.
But he throws 4, 5, 6 breaking balls in a row.
Right.
The more chance you give these guys to see that breaking ball,
Yep.
You're not going to throw a Jack Nasty one all the time. You're going to hang one a little bit, and that's when they're getting him.
And speaking of breaking balls, I think Harper and Casty, they have to be 1-2 in seeing breaking balls in the major leagues. Like it feels like pitchers never throw a fastball to those guys. Right?
Well, I mean, you got to prove that you're seeing and not swinging at just as their hand. We call it swinging at their hand.
Right.
Because you're not seeing the ball.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You're just swinging at their hand. Right off the bat, Casty gets in those modes where ultimately he's an aggressive hitter.
Yep.
You know, don't matter if it's first pitching count or whatever. He's a swinger. You know.
Yeah. If you're throwing a first pitch fastball to Casty,
we used to say the Latin guys back in the day, they didn't get off the island by not swinging.
Right.
You know. Casty might have some blood in him.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, he swings and he goes through those stretches where he sees it better and he's able just to lay off of it enough. Or I think what he's been doing better is fouling those pitches off and not swinging at the ones way out there.
Right, and waiting for his pitch.
Yeah.
All right. So then again, going into that bullpen. So then you've got guys like Tanner Banks, right? You got Carlos Hernandez. You have more of the lower leverage.
Yeah.
And then throw a little wrinkle in there. How about the outing that Taijuan Walker had?
That was impressive. I really circled that one in my mind a little bit. I mean, because nobody likes. I've been in that situation where you pitch well and you still get. It's not. I don't look at it I didn't look at it as a demotion. I was in the big leagues.
Right.
I was young.
Yep.
But I had earned the right to have a spot in that rotation.
Right.
And so is he. He's been pitching well. Was he lights out? No, but he's been pitching well. He had a 2-something ERA, keeping us in games.
Much better than anybody could have ever hoped for coming into the season.
But he come in. I don't care if it was the Rays or people think the Rays are bad or whatever.
No, they're a Major League Baseball team.
He punched out 7 guys in 3 innings
and struck out the side twice.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that was impressive. He was pitching with a little bit of vinegar, it looked like to me, with him.
Well, that's the interesting part. So he, and the good news, too, for that, he basically allowed us to go full bullpen the next day because he was able to basically go 3 innings, and that saved everybody. So now
and it was a save, too.
And it was a save. First
3 innings.
First save ever.
That's awesome.
But it also saved the bullpen for the next game, which we won. And we needed that because, you need a rested Alvarado, you need a rested Strom, you need a rested Kirkering. I think that's
have we heard any negativity from the haters out there about Walker? Because I tell you what, he's received a lot of it the past year and a half or at least year about things, and I credit him, man. He's worked hard.
He has handled it great.
He has.
He went in the offseason, did a lot of hard work, and look, everyone knows he got booed last year by, in the stands. He got talked about on talk radio. He got ripped in the paper.
Yeah.
Here's a guy that and his attitude, I can't really say I know him well, but I do know that everyone loves Taijuan Walker, that he's got a great positive attitude.
Yes, I mean, but just by watching just the way he carries himself, even when he's not pitching, he's always there for the teammates and showing. I mean, he's not like you don't see him. In his demeanor when he doesn't waver.
Yep.
And to me that's lesson learned because he is a veteran. He's been around a long time, and a lot of young guys can take note of that.
Sure.
Kids around here in the area, when you struggle, you're going to struggle. You play this game, you're going to get your lunch handed to you. Don't matter who you are. So you got to get ready. You got to handle it that way.
All right, let's go to break. When we come back, let's talk about what Taijuan Walker's role could be going forward, because that last outing opened up – it's one outing, but it opened up a lot of possibilities. Then we'll get into the rest of the week as well. All right, you're listening to the Baseball Insider Show. We are live from Team Toyota in Langhorne, PA. If you're in the area, stop by.
Hey, BCWSA customers. Tommy Greene from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. My friends at BCWSA are committed to providing us with safe, reliable water and sewer services. They operate state-of-the-art treatment facilities, provide clean drinking water, and make much-needed investments to protect our environment and ensure a sustainable future. Learn how BCWSA's investments help grow and serve our communities. Visit bcwsa.net. BCWSA, proven.
Summer starts here at Team Toyota, and with inventory arriving, we have new Toyotas available for immediate delivery. Or don't wait at all. With over 100 certified Toyotas in stock with low mileage and great warranties, you can drive one home today. And trust our service centers to get your vehicle ready for your next road trip. Just schedule online and save time and money. To start your summer in your new Toyota, visit teamtoyota.net. Our employees are part of your town, part of our family, and we're all part of the team.
With over 7,200 square feet of 200 brewers in stock at all times, Pat Dion Beverages now features 5 different flavors of their favorite slushy cocktails. You can also purchase all your wine, liquor, and other fine spirits right next door. Visit us on Facebook or online at patdionbeverages.com for upcoming events and samples from your favorite brewery or local food vendor. Energy costs. Trade your old heater and air conditioning systems to more propane needs, well as sales and service on whole house generators. Harris Comfort is still family owned and has been serving our area for over 60 years, providing sales, service, installation, and peace of mind. Call 215-788-4596 or go to harriscomfort.com. Harris Comfort, still family and still local.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly. Back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health services at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ed Council.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Olds Boulevard, to get all your essentials in one place, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Hair Cuttery, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, R&J Smoothies and Juices, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one stop for all your shopping needs at South Oxford Valley Road and South Olds Boulevard in Fairless Hills.
We now return to the Baseball Insider Show, presented by BCWSA. Once again, here are your hosts, Phillies Director of Fun and Games, John Brazer, and former pitcher from the 93 National League champion Phillies, Tommy Greene.
All right, we are back to the Baseball Insider Show, presented by BCWSA. We are live from Team Toyota in Langhorne, PA. I'm John Brazer, joined by co-host Tommy Greene.
Director of Fun and Games.
Tommy, we were just talking about Castellanos and how he and Harper don't see fastballs, right? And here's the reason why. Our show's
there's a reason.
Our show's statistician. Say that.
He's the one that makes it go.
Chris Ermer came up with a stat that Castellanos is 24 for 58 against fastballs this year. That is a 4.14 average, making him third best in MLB. I'd like to know who the first two are, because that's a pretty good.
That's a pretty good
4.14 average against fastballs. So, and I guess that also explains why Castellanos doesn't see fastballs.
We say it in pitching. You know, it's like you've earned yourself something else, pal.
Right.
You see, earned yourself something a little slower with a wrinkle in it.
Especially first pitch. Like if a pitcher, you know that Cassie's swinging at the first pitch.
He's a hacker first. I mean, he sees it. He thinks he can hit it. Everything.
Yeah. So if you're a pitcher, you gotta. Is he getting any fastballs first pitch? I'm going to watch tonight. See if Cassie gets a first pitch fastball.
See, that's what I mean. You know what? You talking Cassie. You know, he hit the home run the other night. You know, down in down in Tampa when he was down there.
Big one.
The right center, a good one too. I mean, I was like, when he's doing that, and I'm pretty sure it was a fastball. That when he's doing that,
He's seeing it.
I mean, it's giving him the opportunity to hit that breaking ball or foul it off to get something else that he can handle.
Right.
You know, but if you're getting jumpy and just hacking right off the bat, you know, it's sort of like Harper when he's going mad, he does that.
Yep.
I mean, that's when you know hitters. You watch hitters, you know, as pitchers, a start pitcher. On my other 4 days, I was watching who looks like they're on time. You know, against that, their timing is there, and that's when you got issues. You know, guys they're going to give you hard at bats, and you got to make quality pitches to those guys. You know.
All right, let's go back to Taijuan Walker because I do want to get to Cassie because Cassie played a big role in the Tuesday night game.
Yeah.
We were off on Monday, but so Taijuan Walker. So again, I think Rob Thompson has to keep him stretched out.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's going to be at a point where he's just coming in the 8th inning and pitching.
No.
I think he wants him to keep him stretched out for many reasons. One, because he is a starter and he's kind of coming off being a starter and have the starter mentality.
Yeah.
Two, you know, we could go to a 6-man rotation. So he.
I don't know if I'm a fan of that.
I'm not a fan of that either, but I know. Especially Wheeler likes to start every 5th day.
Yeah, I mean, and then you throw in. You know, I know Nola's probably the same way.
Right, but you know, in case we somehow went to a 6-man rotation, you got to keep him stretched out. I think he is that perfect person that you could, you know, if you're losing 7-1 and your starter gives up the 7 runs, the game's pretty much over. Then you could put him in for the last 3 innings, whatever, and save the bullpen. Or conversely. Someone like the other day, someone pitches well for 6 innings.
Yeah.
And then same thing, the bullpen has been kind of burned out a little bit. Well, then you put him in for the last 3.
Yeah.
And then, again, save the bullpen. So it's either in the bad scenarios or the good scenarios.
Yeah.
And normally someone like that, you're not putting your mop-up guy in the good scenario because it's too risky. He's a mop-up guy for a reason, right? But all of a sudden, if he can do that, and then maybe down the road, if he's pitches well, then maybe he could do that 1 inning, high leverage, 8th inning, 9th inning, 7th inning.
Yeah, and it's a acquired thing. I don't know if he's ever been in the pen in the past, as far as like
that's
or in his career, even in whatever. But because I know I've done it, and I was the sort of him,
right?
And I was the lone guy down there, and you have to keep stretched out. But I was fortunate enough to get stretched out because the starting staff back then, we had one guy that probably had more innings than me after the first month or so of the season. You know, on the staff, the rest of them I had more innings, and that shows you we didn't pitch very well.
Well,
so
let's talk about that mentality because he mentioned that the preparation is different. Obviously, if you're starting,
you have to be ready to pitch every day.
Right. If you're starting, you've got to kind of plan out, and it's kind of a cat and mouse game. You don't want to throw your whole arsenal out. In the beginning, you're trying to set guys up for maybe their next at-bat.
You got to know how to warm up.
Right.
You know, you don't have to. I mean, you got to know all that. You know, and that was my thing is not throw too much because they might sit you down because the starter might get in trouble a little bit early, then he gets out of it.
Right.
You know, and they don't want to burn the bullpen. Back then we didn't have 5 guys. In the bullpen, so it was a huge thing.
Right.
You know, so. I mean, those are the things you got to learn as a guy that's sort of like him is what it takes for him to get ready possibly every day. Now, he pitched 3 innings the other night, threw a number of pitches. He's at least got 2 days off.
Right.
Yeah, before he's doing. I know they told us. Fagoshi used to tell me if I did something like that, you're gonna have at least if you pitch 3 innings, you at least have 2 days off.
And so the mentality too of pitching in that situation in the bullpen is that you can let it go because you're going 2-3 innings. You don't have to space yourself out for 6-7 innings, right?
Yeah.
You're going 2 or 3.
Well, see, I never see you say the words. I mean, as a pitcher and a starting pitcher and a reliever, it's a mentality. I never thought when I learned from being a reliever. So when I went back and when I got the chance to start again and do it, I used that mentality as a reliever.
Okay.
And it wasn't about saving anything.
Or pacing yourself.
It wasn't about throwing physically 100% all the time. I didn't think that way. I thought about being aggressive.
Right.
And when you think about being aggressive, things you're not saving nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're not trying to be too fine.
No, you're not saving anything.
Wow.
And I think physically, that's why we have relievers. And that's the way. And Fagoshi says, hey, if I see you running out of gas, and I can tell, I don't need a pitch count to tell me that.
Right.
I can tell when you're starting to get, we got somebody I'll have somebody ready. Don't worry about that. You know, he said, you go do what you do well, you know, and that's the thing they got to do. You can't say stuff. And I think all the guys on this, I think, you know, especially the veteran guys will tell you that.
Well, you can tell the aggression was there because his velocity was up, right? He seemed just locked in. And again, as you said, he struck out the side twice, and then got the last guy of the game.
Yeah, I think he can learn something from that situation, Brazer.
So,
I mean, I think it could help him.
It just opens up a lot of good
mentally,
doors.
you know.
Yeah, no, it's really good. All right, so yes, it's a great situation. Hopefully, he can keep going. All right, so let's go to Tuesday night.
It's good to have that option down in the bullpen.
Great
like
to have the option. Tuesday night, that was a Cassie game because Cassie had 4 RBIs. He had a home run, 4 RBIs total. That's also when you have a guy like Zach Wheeler, this is the perfect game, right? You just come off, you have a bad game Sunday night where you lose in extra innings. Yeah. It was a tough one on a lot of levels. Then you have the day off Monday, and then this is why you have your stud.
Yeah.
Right? So Wheeler comes in, pitches 7 great innings.
Yes, he does.
We get the good, Schwarber continues his
Schwarber's hot.
pace.
Schwarber and Cassie had great games.
Yep. Schwarber is tied for first in home runs, 12. And then Bohm, good to see him getting a home run. So Fighting Phillies beat the Rays 8-4.
He's I'm glad. I mean, you keep hearing things about Bohm. Everybody's like, leave the kid alone, dude. Let him hit. Let him hit, and look where he's at now. He's starting to come. What has he been hitting?
Yeah.
What has he been hitting over the past couple of weeks? So I mean, this
right.
Yep.
All right. Then Wednesday, again, the Rays are no joke. They're hovering around 500. They're in a tough division. They've got some good quality young guys.
They got some good arms down there, man.
They got good arms. They've always had good arms. But they got shut out. Now, how about this one? Christopher Sanchez. Now,
how about that?
You remember Christopher Sanchez was traded from the Tampa Rays, right?
Yeah.
For Curtis Mead. Curtis Mead, it looked like in the beginning of that trade, Sanchez was, hadn't been established, struggling a little bit. And Curtis Mead was off on a tear with Tampa. And now it looks like we got the better of that deal. Curtis Mead's still a good player, but Sanchez allows 1 hit. So against his former team. And then this was good to see Stott, Turner, Harper. They combined for 6 RBI. Turner did get a home run. And there's so many good signs in this one. That Stott continues as a leadoff hitter. I love what I think he's done such a good job. He's allowing other guys behind him to see pitches.
Yeah.
He's, it's like your team. These guys are now getting, these high pitch counts for the starters.
Yeah.
And also allows Harper to have protection with Schwarber by having him out there. So good on so many levels. But
well, Harper's got some guys around him now that are hot. With Turner and Schwarber.
Yep.
And Cassie, I mean, now he's right in the middle of that. Sooner or later,
he'll be.
Yeah, I mean, he'll
be in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, but you're talking about Sanchez in his outing. I was watching that one the other night. I hadn't to turn on it. Was it the typical him? No, I think he battled.
He did.
It was a battling outing for him. I think he would tell you that.
But that's
command wise.
That's a sign of a great pitcher.
I mean, still give up 1 hit.
And a mature pitcher that he goes 7 innings, right? And then
6 innings. 6 innings.
Sorry, 6 innings, and allows 1 hit when he didn't probably have his best stuff.
Yeah, you walk 3 guys, which is not. I mean, not like you're gonna walk some guys here and there, but just watching this, how he was missing.
Right.
More often than none, he was struggling with that a little bit. Probably had some more. I don't know if he had more deep counts. Had some deep counts in a couple innings that got him. You didn't think, okay, is he going to make it through this? He's kind of going the wrong way. Then he kind of got back on track, and he was able to get 6 innings. But he didn't throw but 85 pitches because I think Rob's trying to take care of him a little bit to let him get back going since his, he had miss a turn or so, with the forearm, injury he had or whatever he had going on. So it's good to see he's feeling pretty good. He's feeling good off that.
That scared everybody in the Delaware Valley when you heard that. And then it's also good to see what I thought was great. One of the keys was Rojas. He got that squeeze bunt down, scoring JT. It looks like Rojas has kind of turned his game around.
Yeah, quietly. I mean, he's like people.
Right, quietly. He's not like.
I'm not hearing a bunch of people talk about him that much anymore. I turn on WIP and listen every now and then. When I'm in the car and look at the line. He's in 300, dude. I mean, Yeah, is he hitting home runs? No, that's
We
not.
don't want
That's
him.
not his game.
We don't want him hitting home runs.
That's
we
not
want him
his
getting
game.
on base, stealing.
People want everybody these days to hit home runs, and that's
Well,
leave him alone.
and the other night
let him
he
play
had-
the game.
the other
So
night
like
he had a-
Crawford.
Yep.
Crawford's to say, leave that dude alone.
Totally
Let him do
leave him
what
alone.
he do, man.
Totally leave him alone. All right, let's get back through the week, and we'll talk about some of the positives too, because we saw some others positives down the road, including actually Rojas was involved in one of the big games coming up. Stott was also involved on Thursday night. So a lot of good stuff to talk about. You are listening to the Baseball Insider Show presented by BCWSA. We are live from Team Toyota in Langhorne, PA.
This is Tommy Greene from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. Every champion needs a good game plan. BCWSA and I want to make sure you have a game plan when it comes to conserving our most precious resource, water. Whether you're washing dishes, brushing your teeth, or watering your garden, there are ways you can save water and save money. Visit bcwsa.net for tips on conserving water. BCWSA, proven.
Summer starts here at Team Toyota. And with inventory arriving, we have new Toyotas available for immediate delivery. Or don't wait at all. With over 100 certified Toyotas in stock with low mileage and great warranties, you can drive one home today. And trust our service centers to get your vehicle ready for your next road trip. Just schedule online and save time and money. To start your summer in your new Toyota, visit teamtoyota.net. Our employees are part of your town, part of our family, and we're all part of the team.
With over 7,200 square feet of 200 brewers in stock at all times, Pat Dion Beverages now features 5 different flavors of their favorite slushy cocktails. You can also purchase all your wine, liquor, and other fine spirits right next door. Visit us on Facebook or online at patdionbeverages.com for upcoming events and samples from your favorite brewery or local food vendor. Energy costs are skyrocketing. Now is the time to upgrade your old heater and air conditioning systems to more efficient units to save on your utility bills. Harris Comfort can also handle all your propane needs, as well as providing sales and service on whole house generators. Harris Comfort is still family owned and has been serving our area for over 60 years, providing sales, service, installation, and peace of mind. Call 215-788-4596 or go to harriscomfort.com. Harris Comfort, still family and still local.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Olds Boulevard, to get all your essentials in one place, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Hair Cuttery, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, R&J Smoothies and Juices, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one stop for all your shopping needs at South Oxford Valley Road and South Olds Boulevard in Fairless Hills.
We now return to the Baseball Insider Show, presented by BCWSA. Once again, here are your hosts, Phillies Director of Fun and Games, John Brazer, and former pitcher from the 93 National League champion Phillies, Tommy Greene.
All right, we are back to the Baseball Insider Show live from Team Toyota in Langhorne, PA, presented by BCWSA. I'm John Brazer, joined by my co-host Tommy Greene.
Brazier.
And Tommy, you can listen to the show on 1490 WBCB and 107.3 FM, your station in Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County. You can also watch it live at WBCBsports.com or search WBCB Sports on YouTube. And also, Tommy, it's time now for the Smart Stat of the Week, brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions.
Oh,
Call
Danny
them
boy.
today at 1-866-PAY-EASY. That's 1-866-PAY-EASY. All right, you ready for the
I want to
Smart
see what
Stat
you
of the
got,
Week, brought
pal.
to you by Payroll Service Solutions. All right, as we all know, because it's been in the news lately, Mike Schmidt had the record for consecutive games reaching base.
Yeah,
right.
That's by walk, by hit batsman,
Walk, hit,
any
error,
way
whatever
possible.
you give. 56 straight games he was on base. So
That's impressive.
Chuck Klein was second with 49. An error does count. Yes, it does. You're on base. Chuck Klein is 49. Bobby Abreu, 48. Adubel Herrera, believe it or not, at 45.
I know. People don't realize that dude had some tools, man, back in the day.
Yep. So Schwarber right now is at 43. So he has 13 games to tie Schmidt, 14 games to have the record, right?
Yep.
And he's done a lot of these times. It comes down to the 9th inning, and he comes through, right? So he's but I think if I did my stats correctly, Tommy, he could be due. He could be due when we play Oakland, the Oakland A's in Sacramento at a minor league park.
Yeah.
So on Saturday, I think it's on Saturday. Over Memorial Day weekend.
What is it, 24th or 3rd?
Over Memorial Day weekend, he is due to break that. If my math is correct, and if there's no rainouts, where you have to make it up later in the year. So Kyle Schwarber, if he continues on his path, could break Mike Schmidt's record. And I'm hoping I don't jinx him by saying all this right now, because again, he's still 13 away from tying 14.
Oh yeah, there's some way. He's got some games to play.
All right, so good luck with Kyle Schwarber. Just shows you what Schwarber's got the power. He's tied for first in Major League Baseball in home runs.
He's doing the little things now.
He's also getting on base, obviously, and taking the walks and doing the little things. So good for Kyle. And that was your Philly Smart Stat of the Week, once again brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Call them today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for the smart choice in payroll services. Call them again at 1-866-PAY-EASY. And, Tommy, consider a career at Septa. Septa is hiring a variety of skilled trade positions, including mechanics, electricians, plumbers, masons, painters, carpenters, welders, millwrights, and more. As a Septa employee, you'll earn competitive compensation, great benefits, including medical, dental, prescription, and a pension. Visit jobs.septa.org to apply today. That's jobs.septa.org. All right, Tommy, we were talking about you know what? We were off the air. We were talking about golf. Yeah. Yesterday, it's pretty cool when any marquee event comes into Philadelphia, whether, they have the FIFA Soccer World Cup, or I'm sorry, FIFA Soccer Club, I think, championships coming up this summer.
Yeah.
So I know Man City is playing at the Link this summer, and then we've got next year. We got all kinds of things. We've got World Cup. We also have the PGAs at Aronimink, right? I think you've got.
Man, there's some big golf stuff going on, man.
I think the U.S. Amateur is at Marion. We have the All-Star Game next year. So there's a lot of things.
You're going to be busy, Brazer.
A lot of things going on. And then right now, the golfing world, the spotlight is on Philly cricket.
Yeah.
And we played Philly cricket
many
times.
Place. What a great place
and
that is.
I went out there yesterday. Of course, I picked yesterday. I couldn't pick Thursday because
did you have your mutters on?
Thursday was a beautiful day, but I was doing a radio show with my man Chris Ermer up in Poconos. I couldn't do Saturday.
Chris Ermer might be the harder working dude.
He is very hardworking. Saturday I couldn't do it because I'm right here, thankfully, in Team Toyota. Sunday I can't do it because it's Mother's Day. So yesterday was the only day, and Jill had never been to a golf tournament before. Doesn't really understand golf, right? But she loves sports. And
it's pretty out there.
We got soaked. We got first of all.
She won't ever go again now.
We got dropped off at an Uber at the. I thought I was being smart, and I know the area, and they blocked off the road to. I know cars. I didn't think they were going to block off the road off Bethlehem Pike to people walking.
Yeah.
So then we had to get that Uber left. We had to get another Uber to take us around where we had to go. We were pouring rain, and I decided I don't feel like carrying an umbrella around. And I also didn't want to bring a heavy coat because I thought it said on the weather that it was going to die. Rain would stop around 12 or so.
Yeah.
Well, the rain didn't stop till it didn't stop. So
no, it drizzled all day.
I got soaked. My wife had the umbrella. We didn't hit the tent until we found a public tent on hole 15. But by that time I'm already drenched, and so it was fun. But yes.
Who'd you follow and see?
We didn't follow anybody. We just stayed in the 15th tent and watched. Right off the green, and watch players come through. I saw Harris English. I saw the leader, Keith Mitchell.
Well, that first day he was throwing some lawn darts in the place, man.
Well, yeah, and then rain, it kind of slowed down the
greens,
scores.
Well, the greens, the greens can get it's nasty out there.
It can, and they also have, I know they slope, if you hit it not far enough, it can slope back down.
Oh, yeah, the false fronts and stuff.
Yep, so very but it's a pretty cool leaderboard. Again, spotlight on Philadelphia. Keith Mitchell, Shane Lowry. You got Rory, Justin Thomas at 7. I know Patrick Cantlay. You got Morikawa. You got Fowler, Connors, all around there. So it could be a fun tournament.
I like Fowler, man. I want to see him get back going again good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just to me a fun guy.
And he's played the amateur. He did well at the amateur when it was at Marion a long time ago. All right, so a lot of things going on. So let's go through two. I want to talk. Let's go through a couple other sports. Okay.
Right.
I was doing a little I was with Chris Ermer doing our show. It was a 3-hour show from the Mount Airy resort, which is awesome. And we talked. We were talking basketball, and we were talking about how it's just the Sixers. Just they've been not cursed because it's their own doing, but draft picks have just been really horrible, right? So I decided to take.
Well, there's something wrong with the scouting department.
Well, I figured I'd go back since 1990, right? And how many draft picks exceeded expectations, right? And even some were traded away, so we didn't even get the benefit. So I'm going to go quickly through the draft picks since 1990. Ready?
Yeah.
Brian Oliver. Ever heard of him?
No.
Alvaro Teheran. You ever heard of him?
No.
Clarence Weatherspoon. Now, he did play.
Yeah.
He was, I'd give him an average. He was probably as expected. Okay, then you got Sean Bradley.
Oh, yeah.
To me, he was a bust. He was supposed to be this 7'3" guy.
He was
whatever.
too fragile. He's a 7'3" guy that got pushed around.
Right. Sharon Wright. Again, he played a little, whatever. I averaged. Jerry Stackhouse. Again, bordering. Not Again, if it's expectation, it's probably not. Then AI, obviously huge. AI was
that was a hit.
That was a huge hit. Keith Van Horn. Again, I think he was an okay player, but nothing middling. Again, it's probably less from Larry Hughes. No. Todd McCullough, Todd played, but Speedy Claxton, Dallenberg was a nice role piece, but not, again, their first pick. Jerry Welsh, Pacello Movland. I never even heard of these guys.
Yeah.
Iguodala, I'd give him that, and we did trade him away, but Iguodala. Louis Williams.
Good player.
Louis Williams, again, we didn't get the benefit until we traded him away. Thabo Safalsha. I can't even say his name. That tells you what I think of him. Thaddeus Young.
I have no chance doing what you're doing right now.
Thaddeus Young was, again, a good player.
Yeah.
Again, border. Maurice Spates, right? Nah. Drew Holiday. We had Drew Holiday, and he turned into a really good player, but we traded him away. So we really didn't get the benefit. Evan Turner, nope. Vukovic, not John Vukovic, but Vukovic. Yes, but he was good, but we traded him away to Orlando.
Yeah.
So we didn't get the benefit there.
Reap the benefits.
Maurice Harkless, no. Michael Carter-Williams, no. 1 year, yeah. Embiid, yes. Now you could also, I think Embiid, yes. We got him. He was injury prone. We were able to get him there. Okay, Okafor.
Could he be better? Yeah.
Could he be better? But I think Embiid, I'll give the positive.
Overall,
Okafor, he came in as a big pedigree Duke and just didn't live up to the billing. Ben Simmons, especially as high as we drafted him, did not live up to the billing.
Mental midget.
Markelle Fultz did not live up to the billing, and we traded him away, and he did okay. Mikal Bridges from Villanova, we had him. His mom worked for the Sixers, and we traded him, and I'm watching Mikal Bridges in the playoffs right now. Ty Jerome, 2019, we drafted a UVA guy. He gets traded right from the get-go, didn't even put on a uniform, and now I'm watching him, play well and being in the playoffs. Maxey, big hit.
Yeah, big hit.
Maxey, big hit. Jaden Springer, no. David Roddy, no. Nothing in 2023. And Jared McCain has exceeded expectations last year. Then he got hurt. And who knows?
Yeah.
So when you look at the history, that's since 1990. So that's 35 years, right?
And you can count on one hand.
35 years, and of all those people, Allen Iverson have exceeded expectations. Allen Iverson, I'll say Iguodala, and I won't say Thaddeus Young or Drew Holiday because Thaddeus Young right in the middle. Drew Holiday we trade away. Embiid, yes, I guess you had. He was going to be good. He just had the injury concerns. But now we're hearing the injury concerns. And Maxey, and I guess McCain's still out.
McCain's still out there, so you can count on one hand.
So literally, of 34 years, however many years, we've got,
4 guys.
We got 3 or 4 guys. And that's, I guess that says it all there. So I'm saying all this because the draft lottery. Don't look at the Flyers draft. Well, yeah, the draft lottery for the NBA is this Monday. So, they have a chance of getting the top pick. They have to be 6th pick or under if two teams jump ahead of them, like two teams jump the Flyers, then the pick goes back to, I believe, the Clippers. So they can't have two teams jump them. And conversely, if they get really lucky, like they did in '96, where they got Iverson, they need to. If they get that number one pick, then that changes everything, because you'll have Cooper Flagg, and that could change everything. Even if you get the second pick, you could get the Harper's kid, Ron Harper's kid, Dylan Harper, and that could change things around a little bit if he hits projection. But Sixers got to start getting it right. And on the Flyers end, they have the 6th pick, and that's not so bad. We talked about that. They lost. The two teams jumped them, right? Yeah. But the good news about the Flyers draft is that even with the 6th pick, someone's going to pick Matthew Schaefer, who's a defenseman, a really generational defenseman. And then there's 6 centers that are all bunched up that all have their different positives, negatives. One guy stands out a little more than others. This guy, Michael Misa. But then between Jacob Bryan, James Higgins, Anton Frundell, Caleb DeNoyer, and Roger McQueen, the Flyers will get one of those guys. So hopefully that's
get a solid player.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Tommy, we got a lot of things to talk about coming up on our last segment. You are listening to the Baseball Insider Show presented by BCWSA. We are live from Team Toyota in Langhorne, PA.
Hey BCWSA customers, this is Tommy Greene from the 1993 National League Champion Phillies. My friends at BCWSA are committed to providing us with safe, reliable water and sewer services. They operate state-of-the-art treatment facilities, provide clean drinking water, and make much-needed investments to protect our environment and ensure a sustainable future. Learn how BCWSA's investments help grow and serve our communities. Visit bcwsa.net. BCWSA, prove it.
With over 7,200 square feet of 200 brewers in stock at all times, Pat Dion Beverages now features 5 different flavors of their favorite slushy cocktails. You can also purchase all your wine, liquor, and other fine spirits right next door. Visit us on Facebook or online at patdionbeverages.com for upcoming events and samples from your favorite brewery or local food vendor.
Summer starts here at Team Toyota. And with inventory arriving, we have new Toyotas available for immediate delivery. Or don't wait at all. With over 100 certified Toyotas in stock with low mileage and great warranties, you can drive one home today. And trust our service centers to get your vehicle ready for your next road trip. Just schedule online and save time and money. To start your summer in your new Toyota, visit teamtoyota.net. Our employees are part of your town, part of our family, and we're all part of the team.
Energy costs are skyrocketing. Now is the time to upgrade your old heater and air conditioning systems to more efficient units to save on your utility bills. Harris Comfort can also handle all your propane needs, as well as providing sales and service on whole house generators. Harris Comfort is still family owned and has been serving our area for over 60 years, providing sales, service, installation, and peace of mind. Call 215-788-4596 or go to harriscomfort.com. Harris Comfort, still family and still local.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Olds Boulevard, to get all your essentials in one place, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Hair Cuttery, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, R&J Smoothies and Juices, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one stop for all your shopping needs at South Oxford Valley Road and South Olds Boulevard in Fairless Hills.
WBCB is now on your FM dial at 107.3, serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer counties since 1957. You can now listen to all your WBCB favorites crystal clear on 107.3 FM. A new age for WBCB on a new frequency, 107.3.
We now return to the Baseball Insider Show, presented by BCWSA. Once again, here are your hosts, Phillies Director of Fun and Games, John Brazer, and former pitcher from the 93 National League champion Phillies, Tommy Greene.
All right, we are back to the Baseball Insider Show live from Team Toyota in Langhorne, PA. I'm John Brazer, Director of Fun and Games, joined by my co-host Tommy Greene.
Glad to be on with you today, Brazer.
Well, glad to be on as well. So
I tell you, I ain't been on with you in forever. It's good to be
get
back in the saddle, so to speak.
Soon we'll be in the saddle, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to see you on Monday,
I'll see
right?
you, but yeah, Monday.
Monday for the bull session.
For the bull session.
And you know who we have on Monday? We have the great
LA.
Larry Anderson.
LA.
So tune in WBCB. We're going to be doing it live from Chickens and Pete's in South Philly at 12 o'clock. Love to have LA on.
Oh, what
a
great man.
All right, let's go a little bit. I want to go still into the week, but let's go around baseball a little bit. The Yankees, Jason Dominguez. He's 22 years old.
Dude, he's getting hot,
in
too.
91
he's starting
days.
to swing it.
He is the youngest Yankee to hit 3 home runs in a game, and he had a grand slam, including one of those home runs, beating Joe DiMaggio's mark set in 1937.
And he's a switch hitter.
And he's a switch hitter, yeah. So that kid, the Yankees did well there. How about the Dodgers and Ohtani?
I wonder if Chipper, who all's done that, the switch hitters hit 3 in a game or something like that.
3 in a game, yeah, I don't know.
I think Chipper might. I don't know.
He
reminds you of Chipper a little bit. I mean, not that it looks like him, but those left-handed would pop, can go everywhere.
Yep.
And he's got that type of
playability.
He does.
And again, we don't see these teams in the American League as much, but how about the Dodgers? They were down 11-9 in the 9th, and they end up scoring 6 runs, including the game-winning 3-run home run by Ohtani. There was 25 runs in this game to play the Diamondbacks. 25 runs, 26 hits, 2 blown leads of at least 3 runs, and 7 home runs.
Pitcher nightmare, man.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Yeah.
A total pitcher nightmare. All right, another thing, too, we didn't talk about the on Thursday – where we went in 10 innings.
Yeah.
It looked bad, man. We were down 5-1.
Yeah.
And then I remember we had just done the radio show at Mount Airy Casino, and I was watching our buddy Lee Alexander play Let 'Em Ride. And
not Lee.
And I'm following the game, but they just didn't have the games on the TV inside the casino. And my phone lights up, and Stott hits a 3-run home run in the 8th
that was a bomb
to make it 5-4. He did. And then we tied up in the 9th on an RBI ground out by Kepler, which I know Rojas went from first to third on the pitching error. But, again, you get guys with speed, and that's what –
speed kills, man.
That's what happens.
Yep.
And then 10th, it's great to see Marsh.
And there was a pickoff thrown down the line.
Right.
He got to third.
Yep, and he got to third.
So.
And then in 10th, Marsh on the first pitch doubles, and then Turner singles, so go up 7-5. It got a little shaky with Strom, gave up a run, but managed to close that out.
How about a little props for Marsh coming back up and this week he's come back up and done what he's done. He's been a couple 2-hit games and doing and hitting over 300 and doing adding to that center field. You got 2 guys with 300 averages, so to speak, at least just that past week.
Yeah.
But I'm drawing a blank on our other center fielder, Rojas. Rojas has been 300 for the year.
Right.
To see Marsh come back and kind of get going a little bit. That's what we wanted.
Yep.
Because if somebody goes bad, they can spell somebody. If he gets gets the power stroke going a little bit, which he's got tons of power.
He does.
It's all about
They're just waiting for it to all just get come together for him. We've seen what he can do.
Well, the same thing. Yeah, people get impatient a little bit. Look how Harper's going now.
Yep.
So guys struggle. And we're just waiting for him to get going a little bit.
All right, Tommy. Consider a career at Septa. Septa relies on and needs bus operators, train engineers, and conductors. As a Septa employee, you'll earn competitive compensation and great benefits, including medical, dental, prescription, and a pension. Visit jobs.septa.org to apply today. That's jobs.septa.org. All right, Tommy. First of all, I'm going to give you a little quiz. Ready? We are in the Team Toyota with our Paul Muller, our good buddy Paul Muller.
I wish he was here.
I know. I've known Paul for 31 years.
I tell you what, there's not a more funny man on the planet than that dude, man.
We were talking about having Paul co-host this, which would have been great. Right?
It would have been funny.
Which would have been
We've
great.
been all over the planet, but we'd had fun.
It would have been really fun. And Is there a 7-second delay button on this, Chris? Because we would need one for.
We would need. We need to bring the button back.
love Paul. So it's a shame he's not here. But I'm going to give you a question. What do you think the number one selling Toyota is? And maybe I'm probably going to get fact checked here by somebody. But what do you think the number one Toyota? And now I have it from 2023.
I would have to say, make sure I get all the ones right.
Yeah, make sure you get it right.
Yeah. Probably the Corolla.
The Corolla is, well, according to this, I'm looking at this, 2023 Corolla was 1. Yaris was 2. RAV4, which my mom has, is 3. And then Hilux, and then Camry.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, there's some nice. There's a lot of cars
the
out
Camry,
here.
I thought the Camry might be further up than that, but.
Did you see, I've been walking through this.
But the packages, though, could be pretty expensive. So,
if I was in need of a car, which I
look
will
at
be
that
probably
thing
in a
right
couple
there.
years.
Have you seen that one? The SUV right there,
Yep.
the big boy.
Is that the
Is
Highland?
that a Sequoia, or is that?
Well,
I'm not sure.
Well, we're gonna have Paul next time that can go through all the different models. But I'm telling you, if you are looking for a car, come down to Team Toyota right here because a lot of great models here.
I got to get Paul, man.
I thought of you when I saw the truck down there, Tommy.
Did you?
That was definitely you.
I haven't seen that yet.
Got you all over. Well, you're going to be drooling when you get down there. All right, let's get you set up for tonight's game, I should say. So we face Cleveland Guardians, for the second game of this 3-game series. We have a 6-10 game, and this is where hopefully we can get Ranger Suarez back. And again, he looked great for the first 2 innings, his first outing. But I have a feeling he's going to lower his ERA because his ERA right now is 17.18.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So,
hopefully we hope it makes a big jump back down.
But Tanner Bybee is pitching. Tanner Bybee is a right-handed pitcher. He is 3-2 with a 4.26 ERA, a 1.32 WHIP. So it's someone that's not lights out.
Yeah,
but I do know that
we've had some guys face him.
Yes, and I do know that we faced him last year and didn't do very well. So we'll see what we got today.
Kepler's faced him the most, and he hasn't had he's hit
What's Kepler done?
16 ABs, hitting 250 off of them, a couple RBIs, but that's about it. I don't see no home runs by anybody. Turner's hitting 333 off of him with 3 at bats, so he's hit 1 for 3.
Well, the lineup hasn't come out yet, but my guess is with a righty that Marsh will probably get the start in center.
Yeah.
Right? And you're going to see.
I would think that.
And you're probably going to see Stott leading off, Schwarber hitting 4th. And then Sunday, tomorrow, we are on national TV, ESPN game against the Guardians. So, and that's a good matchup for us. It's Zach Wheeler on the mound. That's going to be great to see Zach, pitching on national TV in front of a national audience. He is going up against Ortiz, who is another right-handed pitcher, Luis Ortiz, who is 2-3 with a 5.30 ERA and a 1.42 WHIP. So on paper, it looks like we have the advantage. So it'd be nice to win today.
Yeah, hopefully
and
the
then
paper
go into the make tomorrow night a rubber match game. But yes, so
let's take the day first.
Let's hope that Ranger Suarez can come through for today. All right. That wraps up today's Baseball Insider Show presented by BCWSA, live from Team Toyota in Langhorne, PA. I'd like to thank Paul Muller and the rest of the great staff here at Team Toyota. I'd like to thank my co-host, Tommy Greene, our on-site engineer, Chris Ermer, and back at the studio, Stephen Lawler. We will be back. The Baseball Insider Show will be back. Very excited on May 25th at Keenan's in North Wildwood, New Jersey from 3 to 4 before the Phils take on the Oakland A's, and hopefully at that point we'll have a record by Kyle Schwarber.
Yep.
Right? Until then, have a great week, Tommy, and as the late, great Harry the K says,
we're out of here.